Good evening, Mr. Mayor and members of the City Council. My name is Jim Lewis. I reside at 1101 Hamel Road. I don't agree with Dr. Roberto that often, but tonight I think we have a similar agenda. At the last council meeting, I spoke on a variety of topics. The most strategic imperative topic was job creation. My intention was to catch the council and the city staff on the threshold of initiating the next fiscal year budget, strongly requesting a zero-based budget process to evaluate critical essential services needed by the city while identifying inefficiencies. I made bold suggestions, and there wasn't any short or long-term objective more critical than a well-conceived strategic economic development plan solely focused on stimulating our environment to trigger massive job creation. Greensboro has never recovered from the demise of the thriving, vibrant textile industry. In combination, tobacco, textiles, and now furniture have resulted in tens of thousands of jobs, over 90,000 losses in the Piedmont. So what is the plan? What is the economic development strategy to address unemployment, significant underemployment, and ever-increasing inflation? $5 gas. I wonder what that will do to all of us. It will certainly have a negative effect on us. You folks, along with the city staff, are the catalyst. However, you need to accept the fact that the city has a serious problem that's been plaguing us for well over a decade. We are way beyond the tipping point where this council cannot keep tapping into a smaller pool of taxpayers to increase revenue. Greensboro needs to get its mojo back. You folks are not going to be able to fund everything on your wish list. Critical prioritization is directly linked to fiscal responsibility. At the last meeting, I challenged you to re-examine the unissued 2006 bonds. 2006 was a very different time in our lives. October of 08 changed that, and it continues on today into 2012. Reallocation of that $50 million could certainly put a good start to the urgent needs of job creation. Ms. Johnson, you shot me down. You wouldn't even listen. All I was merely doing is making a suggestion. We have a task force set up to address the search for the city manager. I'm very pleased and enlightened to tell you that you, Mr. Mayor, and several of the members of the City Council cited significant skill and proven track record in economic development to stimulate job creation as a critical success factor in the search. I applaud you for that. So respectfully, where is the task force for economic development to stimulate job creation? Finally, I just want to say one last thing. I wasn't going to say anything on this particular topic, but this whole notion of participatory budgeting, that sounds really good, but Chicago is probably the second most corrupt city in this country. They're the ones who adopted this. I would say absolutely not, and take the $5 million and devote it to job creation initiatives. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mrs. Vaughn.
Let me say something first. Mr. Lewis, I'm sorry you thought I shot you down. I was not shooting you down. I was trying to let the public understand that if you pass a bond for a certain amount, you can't use that money for something else. That was all I was doing.
Okay.
So if you thought that, I apologize, but I wasn't.
You sounded a little condescending, but you know, I'll accept that from you.
No, I was not shooting you down.
All I'm simply saying is that we're all leaders. You're all leaders here, and it's a very different time. And I'm willing to say, if you put that in front of the public today, with what they know and what they're struggling with in terms of lifestyle, and probably put a loaf of bread on the table, they may give you a different answer. That's all I'm saying.
I understand.
Thank you, ma'am.
I hope you understood what I was trying to do as well.